C.
Pray.
B.
As we began to talk about what Lindenwood Christian Church might be like in 5 to 10 years, it became apparent that in order for us to discern something about our future, it was first necessary to determine who we are now and how we got here, who we have been and how we've been shaped by past experiences, by past ministries, and by past leaders, both clergy and lay.
I've seen a lot of changes in the 7 decades that I've been a part of Lindenwood Christian Church. The city has changed, the people have changed, and the spaces around us have changed since we moved here from Linden Avenue in the 1950s. At that time, this was thought of as being on the edge of town, and now we're in the heart of the city.
In the midst of all the changes, we have sought to be a faithful congregation of disciples, bearing witness to the ministry of Christ. My prayer for the church is that we continue to do that for many years to come.
Our visioning team is made up of lifelong members as well as people who've attended Lindenwood for just a few years. Even those of us who've been around for decades needed a refresher course.
For example, we discovered that our average member is under 50 years old and has been at Lindenwood for less than a decade. This suggests that we are constantly undergoing change, whether we know it or not.
New people bring new ideas and new talents. If our congregation is changing that fast, we should see new opportunities and new ministries emerging as well.
We also realize that whatever else we are and whatever we may become, we're first and foremost a church. While we have amazing music, wonderful sports teams for children, daycare, after-school care, and a variety of other programs, we are a faith community. All the other things we do ought to be informed by that and should grow out of that.
So this is where we are now. We're entering into a season of prayer. Prayer triads have been formed, groups of 3 people who commit to meet together over 10 weeks to pray and take notes of the visions and the images that emerge.
While some may distinguish between prayer and work, this phase of the visioning process is really work. Prayer is work. All our prayer participants have to take this task seriously. If we believe that God is listening when we pray, and we believe that prayer can be a two-way communication, then it is clear that a conversation with God is vital before we decide what we're going to do in the future.
What will Lindenwood Christian Church be like in the future? Honestly, we don't know for sure. We are praying about that. Praying for God to grant us a vision that we can share. However, we know that Christ will be at the center.